It's him, MFGDs. Let's not waste no time. Let's get right into it. Fireman of Trash, Friday Night Smackdown, 5/19, 2023. Let's go. What's up, y'all? It's MFGDs. We back at it again for another episode of Fireman of Trash. So we talking about SmackDown. We talking about 5/19 episode of Friday Night SmackDown, where we kicked off Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, Solo Sikoa. This segment was fire, man. This segment was absolute fire. I mean, Sami, he was throwing darts, man. He was throwing darts at Roman. Told him, "You're not even as good as the Usos," which technically, in terms of in attack, wait, you know what? As the Shield, I mean, Roman got some tag team chops. Let's not act like Roman don't know how to be a successful member of a tag team. The key points of this match, man, obviously, the Usos were being disobedient, so to speak, towards Roman Reigns by interfering in the interaction between Solo Sikoa, if you want to count him. He was there, but he didn't say nothing. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. They put Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens out the ring, started to fight them, which absolutely pissed Roman Reigns off because, as he said in the next segment, he had some shit to say to Sami. He didn't get to say it. But the most crucial part of this segment, besides the fact that, Roman again yelled at Jimmy and Jay, was that he bumped into Solo and then was looking, and then he checked himself before he wrecked himself because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just go ahead and head out the ring, head to the back." And that led us to the next segment where Roman continued backstage in the locker room to berate the Usos, telling them again, "I had shit to say. I was finna say something to Sami, and then you guys win the business for yourself and start doing whatever the hell you wanted to do." And he basically told them, "You know what? Get the hell out of my locker room. Get the hell out of my locker room. Get out right now." And Usos, they huffed and puffed and they got the hell up out of there. But I know just a little thing in the background is that Solo was staring a hole through Roman Reigns. I don't know if he was like, "Oh, okay, you ain't apologized for bumping me earlier. We just gonna forget that happened," or what. But Solo has been a little quietly mugging Roman lately, which is why I was confused by what happened later in the night. Next we got Brawling Brutes, Pretty Deadly. And I said this last week. This is a styles clash kind of like you got the flamboyant Pretty Deadly and the rough and rugged Brawling Brutes. And Pretty Deadly actually got the win. I'm giving it fire just because of that. Love the fact that it seems like Triple H has a plan for these NXT kids they're calling up, and not just throwing them to the wolves or putting them out there to lose. So that he's doing a hell of a job with these guys. Like I have to say, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Pretty Deadly. I think they really could benefit from splitting up these tag team titles, man. Like, I don't know exactly what they're doing. I like just my quick personal opinion about what they should do. I think honestly, they should continue to have the women's tag titles featured on both brands. I think they need to split the tag team titles because, as you're seeing more tag teams emerge, I think, okay, let's just be honest here. Do you believe that Pretty Deadly can win a match against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens? No, you don't. We need to get it back to, let's get some actual tag teams in the tag team division holding the tag team titles. And just on the side note, let's go ahead and merge the two belts Roman has. Like, I know it looks cool now I'm carrying multiple belts, but it's essentially one belt. I didn't like it when they did it with the world title and the WWE title. I don't like it that they're doing it with the Universal title and the WWE title. Put those things together, just have it be one belt. Then we had Zelina Vega and Asuka. Obviously, Asuka won this match. It was mid. I need Asuka's character to be a little more darker. Yeah, see, she's more psychotic, but there's not too much difference now between what she is now and what she was before. She's just a little bit wackier. I need her to be darker. Like, I need her. I've seen the Japan version of Asuka, kinda. I seen a darker version of. That's what I need to see, because I still don't think this version of Asuka is gonna be able to beat Bianca Belair. Just to be completely honest, I mean, she missed at her again, and it was almost like she missed. But then after a second, Bianca was like, "Oh yeah, let me go ahead and sell this." What's this? What's this? So I mean, I need her to be darker, man, because right now she look like she's on the road to just being just another stepping stone for Bianca Belair. The Grayson Waller effect. How do I want to grade this? I'm going to give it a mid, but I was tempted to give it a 5 because it was more proof that Triple H seems to have some type of plan for the NXT call-ups, which haven't usually in history shows haven't really been the case. Grayson called AJ out there, started the interview very respectfully, but I knew it was going to get disrespectful because these guys had problems in NXT when AJ went back down to NXT and was feuding with Grayson Waller for a second. So I knew it wasn't going to just be a cordial, interview. And I guess now AJ has beef on multiple fronts now. He's about to fight Seth. That's probably not going to be a beef. That's going to be something that happens and then it's done. He apparently is a target of Karrion Kross, whatever that means. I mean, it's more than likely Karrion Kross is going to lose because he loses against everyone he targets. And then now he has something with Grayson Waller. So he has a lot of ops right now. So we got to see how AJ is going to navigate himself through that. Then we had LA Knight and Rick Boogs versus the Street Profits. I knew the Street Profits were going to win. I mean, as hot as LA Knight is, man, and I really hope they can get it turned around before he cools off, but come on, man. I get what they're doing. He's probably going to keep cycling through tag team partners. I'm really holding out hope that they got some good plans down the road for LA Knight. And he doesn't need to be a comedy act, but he could still venture in that territory. He doesn't need to be super serious either, but he needs to be somebody who's capable of winning big matches. Right now, he just got a big mouth. So I need to see some more out of LA Knight, man, as far as how he's being booked, which ain't necessarily his fault. The grade for this match was mid. The Street Profits did Street Profit things. Very, very entertaining, very athletic. It's nothing I've seen out of the Street Profits that I haven't seen already. The only thing I haven't seen out of them that I want to see is a Montez Ford heel turn. That's all I want to see. Of course, LA Knight turned on Boogs at the end of the match because Boogs lost. And LA Knight had to put him down. Yeah. So then we had the Karrion Kross segment. Like I said, it's going to be trash. To Karrion Kross could back up what he's saying on a week-to-week basis. These threats that he's not fulfilling. I'm just going to say everything he says is trash because he does not have the threatening aura that he had when he first showed back up on SmackDown months ago. Okay, then we have Fire Don, which is Alba Fire, and Isla Don, but I'm just going to call them Fire Don going forward. I'm not going to call them Enhancement Talent because I know their name. I was confused because I can't remember if I seen them get called up during the draft. Maybe they were. I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, Yulissa Leon and Valentina Feroz. I think they might have gotten called up. But anyway, They appeared on SmackDown and was fighting Fire Don. Fire Don put him down. It was fire because Fire Don is freaking impressive. And they're the definition of what I want to see as women's tag team champions. But come on, WWE. Let's still give them their dark entrance. Can we do that? Let's have that entrance still be dark and, brooding when they come to the ring. There's a little too much light during the entrance. And it sounds like I'm nitpicking, is because presentation is very important to me. I need those gals to come out to some very dark themes and look very threatening, look different than the other women's tag teams. Then we had the LWO versus the Usos. And this was this is our main event. This episode of SmackDown went kind of quick for me. The LWO finally won a damn match. I know there were some interferences by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I know that they did interfere, and I question why they interfered but then I had to remember the Usos did attack them earlier in the night. Like, they didn't necessarily have to just take that land down, but hey, LWO got it however they can get it. They got the win against the Usos. It was fire. It was a good match. They finally got the dub. And then cut backstage, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Paul Heyman. After the Usos lost, you seen Solo get up, and then Roman tell him, like, sit back down. Then Roman went into his whole thinking thing. But like, I was questioning. I was like, well, who is Solo going to get up and go attack? Is he going to go attack Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens because they're their opponents at Night of Champions and they just beat up his brothers? Or is he going to put his own brothers down? And the more the weeks pass, the more I start to believe that Solo ain't necessarily thinking about attacking his brothers. So, I mean, we'll see how that story goes. Well, this was it for this episode of Fire Made of Trash. I hope you guys enjoyed it. No, my phone went off ding, ding a couple times during this thing. But, hey, you know what? Hopefully you guys were able to just tune that out. All right? So I'll see you guys next time for the next episode of Fire Made of Trash. Have a good one.